Welcome. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to GAR'S a cappella singing in the shower midnight hour. I think that's how it goes. I'm going to get it right eventually. So today's a special day. It's Sunday, and Sunday's always a special day, as is every day. And I call it Take a Chance Sunday. It's the day of the week where most of us are not working, earning a dollar, and it gives you a chance to be rather introspective. Think about what you have and what others have and have not. So I start with the four rules of the four truths, the four truths of GAR. Praise and inspire. Praise and forgive. Praise and compliment. And praise and allow. Praise and inspire. Praise and forgive. Praise and compliment. And praise and allow. I want you to do something for me. Look into your spiritual heart today, your loving heart. Open it up. Look in the mirror. That's the real you. That's the real you. Wipe away the dirt. Wipe away the dust. And look at the real you today. You're steeped in compassion, caring, giving. Reach out and touch someone. Happy Father's Day to you daddies. Happy's a funny word. Happy to one person has a totally different meaning from what it has for another person. Happy for some people is celebrating it today with the kids for Father's Day. For someone else, it's having a warm meal today. So you have two daddies, one's at home with the kids, and one's on the streets eating maybe dog food. One's at home, maybe eating cat food, because he or she doesn't have the money to live, like you and I. There's 1 million homeless children in America today. 1 million. So when you look at your kids right now, for Father's Day, for Daddy's Day, think about the other 1 million children out there that have no daddy to look at today. No mommy or daddy to come home to. To love and hug and snug as you do with your own. No roof over their heads. No 3 warm meals a day. No new pair of shoes for their little feet. And no new clean shirt to put on their little backs. Did you know that Did you know that we have a part of our population, they're called the forgotten population. We don't have something like this in Asia, but good old America has it. It's the seniors. In Asia, they admire, they revere, they cherish their older people. In America, we don't. In America, we throw them out. I know because I threw my parents out. I had my dad put into an old aging home, and he died shortly thereafter. My wife at the time said, bring him in. Embrace him. I said, no, I'm too busy. Don't have time for this old man. Have to make money. So I'm doing this. I'm saying this to you because of personal experience. Don't wait until it's too late. My dad passed away. Don't wait until it's too late to say I love you, Daddy and Mommy. The poverty rate in America is abominably too high. To me, what is too high? 1%. 1/10 of 1%. No one should be in poverty. Everyone should have a right to 3 warm meals, a roof over their head, and a pair of shoes and a hot shower. There are varying statistics about this, but there's some that say as much as 16%. 1 out of every 6 people in America today are living in poverty. Poverty for a 4-person family is, I think, about $23,000 a year. For a single, it's $11,000 a year. That's pretty low when you think about it. For those of you that earn a living and you don't have 2 nickels to rub together, be it you work your butt off because Uncle Sam takes 35% of your taxes. Total absurdity, a tragedy, a travesty in our times. Because that should not be either. That should not be, period. That Uncle Sam is your partner. So while you have no money today to maybe pay for gifts for your kids, yet before you even have a chance to think about it, 35 cents of every dollar you earn goes to some government employee who's... Don't go there right now. That's another day. Some military F-35 jet fighter that needs to be built because of this war. So we got to spend $3 trillion a year on military. But our mommies and daddies and our children are going homeless on the streets. Gar, don't go there today. Okay? It's Father's Day. They did a study in Massachusetts, and they found that over the last 6 or 10 years, that the number of people homeless using shelters has increased by a staggering 60%. Amazing? 60%. If you're a numbers person like I am, that means that pretty soon, if it keeps increasing, it's the concept of ever expansion. Then at some point, we'll have most people homeless. Could be you. Could be me. In fact, statistically, the odds are stacked against you. So when you're looking around you today and you see the homeless people on the streets, you and I are potentially one step away. In fact, there's a growing consensus among the senior population that people over 50 now should be classified as seniors, because the homeless people over 50 years old represents about 17% of the homeless people, of the homeless. 17% of the people living in homeless shelters are 51 years and older. Until now, until recently, people thought that it was very old, the indigent, the sickly. 50 years old, that's not old at all. That's 50 years old in today's world is like a baby. A lot of people are growing homeless. What are the causes? Lack of affordable housing, an increasing automation of our business cycle. Corporations are hiring less and automating more. Overseas jobs. But I think the real issue is depression. Is that we have a bipolar American culture. Won't go into that today. We first have to get everybody feeling good. Happiness sucks. Why? Because for one person, happiness represents getting up right now and giving one another gifts and buying belts and things like that, and ties and whatever, and going out for breakfast and lunch and dinner with daddy and mommy for Father's Day. And for somebody else, standing on the street as you walk into the restaurant, for them it's saying, can you give me a dime? Buddy, can you give me a dime so that I could... Some chilling statistics. Chilling statistics on homelessness and youth in America today. 20,000 kids are forced into prostitution by human trafficking networks today. 20,000 homeless kids are forced into prostitution by human trafficking networks today. That's not a travesty. That's criminal to the highest degree. So when our political candidates are running for president and they're talking about a lot of stuff, like who has the bigger weenie than the other, who has the bigger hands than the other, I guess they don't have anything better to do. Because what they should really be talking about is those 20,000 kids that are homeless, that their parents or somebody has forced them into prostitution. That number should be zero. In fact, in my world, I'm a math person. In my world, zero is absolute. I'm going to say that it should be minus zero. It should be beyond absolute. That's what they should be talking about running for president of the United States today. That's a national tragedy. That's the most important thing that afflicts us today, our kids. If our kids are not happy, or if our kids are not comfortable, if their kids are not secure, if our kids don't have high self-esteem, then you know what? Then in 20 years from now, we're going to be in worse shape than we are today. A staggering 2.5 million children are now homeless each year in America. 2.5 million kids. So when you look at your kids today, your kids look at you and you're happy. Happiness sucks for 2.5 million children today who are living on the streets. And when they run into a store and rob the register from the local 7-Eleven, or they grab your purse on the street, or they get arrested, and the people of America say, oh my God, this is horrible. Throw that kid in jail, put him in a juvenile detention home. JD, juvenile detention. And then send him to prison. And that's what's happening. So our prison population is expanding because simply we have failed our kids. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, I've kept you for a long time, so now it's time to be happy. I didn't mean to depress anybody. I meant to be real. And that's what the GAR singing in the shower, a cappella, midnight hour is all about. It's all about being real, authentic. Telling it like it is. Telling the truth. Here we go.